What's up, my archfiends of chaos? This is your king and I, Vincent Valentine EX, bringing you with a brand new video today. And also, I'm gonna have to do this really quick because I really got to go. I really gotta, help my cousin Game Over to continue with more of his move. I took a day off work for this stuff, so hence why I'm having my lunch and having, this video, which I'm eating Popeye's chicken, which is really good. Now, let's talk about what is Square Enix's obsession with woman parts, specifically bags of fat known as boobs, breasts, opies. So we're going to be breaking it down as fast as we could. Almost every character, even characters that don't have good pixels, such as, Tifa from Final Fantasy VII and Ruby from Final Fantasy IX, have one thing in common, and I'm talking about one thing in common. We know what that thing in common is. Big jugs, big boobs, which is kind of surprising that they forgot Ruby in the story, considering Square Enix likes to titillate the audience. So, my question is, what is their obsession? Now, there could be three theories if you really look closely at it. One, they're actually trying to get male gamers to purchase their game, which is very obvious, which Final Fantasy games are actually are inclusive, so they do things for both genders. They got the pretty boys for the girls, and then they got the big booby bombshells like Tifa for us guys, which that's why I'm kind of surprised. But that's just one theory. It could be just commercialism. The other theory is the guys working on Final Fantasy games such as Katarse, such as Tetsuya Nomura, Hajime Tabata, any of the other Final Fantasy directors that aren't any of those main three, probably are stereotypical Japanese guys that love anime boobs, So they try to fit it in the story. They try to make plot. So, what I'm saying is that the other theory is that they could be very stereotypical Japanese people. And I know this is going to get really offensive, which trigger warning, but Japanese guys love boobs. Boobs are a big thing, and since Final Fantasy games come out in Japan first, considering they're JRPGs, they're Japanese RPGs, even though Westerns love Final Fantasy, they're still JRPGs, so since it comes out in Japan first, each of the games, every single game, they want to make it appeal to, everybody in Japan. Such as the RPG gamers, such as the Western type gamers, and also the perverted dating sim gamers, So they put something little extra plot, if you know what I mean, to put incentive to get you to buy the game. But also, they enjoy it themselves. Let's just be quite honest. Those three are perverts. I'm sorry to say that. I love all three directors individually, for what they worked on. But let's just be quite honest. Tetsuya Nomura thought about something when he was designing Tifa. We all know he was thinking about it. He was thinking about it. He was in his private office and go like, you know what? I need to draw something that turns me on. Or at least get a model to draw something that turns me on. Plus, Tifa was supposed to be having white blondish hair in her concept art, meaning that... Then another theory is, Japanese people like Western girls. Because they have specific assets that Japanese girls don't have, normally. And that's what their face is. Remember, in anime, almost every character looks white. Same thing with JRPGs. Cloud does not look Japanese. So could it be that maybe they made Tifa biracial, half Japanese, half white hybrid, because they get something They grow a Buster Sword. They get a Buster Sword. They get their Buster Swords right out after seeing a picture of that. Then like, or maybe they've been looking at Western specific films. They're like, we need to draw a character like that. We need to draw a character. But that's just only one other theory. Now the third theory is commercialism. You got your hot guys for the girls, so why not give something to the boys? Which I could agree with that. That's why almost every Final Fantasy has the stereotypical booby bomb characters that we all love, such as Tifa, Lulu, Ruby, Aranea. I mean, if you could put a hot babe who looks like they're grown ass, because they don't really do the lolicon type. They really don't. And I gotta give Final Fantasy credit for not doing that. They stick to grown ass women. And when I mean grown ass women, I mean grown ass women. So yeah, they give something up for, maybe it's just also to include us guys. But either way, they focus special attention. Even though they don't get the dead or alive physics, which thank God they don't. Which is going to be really kind of crazy. It's going to be a very crazy controversy when they release Final Fantasy VII Remake and Tifa has those big booby bombs. Because let's be quite honest, Square Enix is going to be focusing on that. That's actually a main focus. It's actually more detailed than some of the hairstyles of the male characters, which is kind of funny if you really think about it. It's like they're trying to sell a legitimate game with a legitimate story, but you know, secretly in the back of their mind, that they're trying to pay special attention to certain, money milking, money milking type of objects. Now, I don't think they're going to go as far as to make a squishable boob play arts figure like Metal Gear Solid did with Quiet, because, well, they've seen social justice warriors and how they act. But even when social justice warriors go down their throat with stuff, they're going to keep continuing to do this. Why? Because it works. It's business. Even though it's perversion. The sex industry makes the biggest amount of money. It really does. I'm not lying. So maybe if they added something to give people to play this, maybe someone's not into JRPGs. Maybe there's something else. But it's funny how they pay special attention, going in and zeroing in. So my fan theories are, is it for money? Is it for Japanese fans only? Is it for Western boys? Is it because the directors are secretly perving out? That's for you to decide. So, and remember, this is only a discussion video, so take it with a grain of salt. Take my conversations with a grain of salt. Now, I have to get ready to go, so may the crystal be with you. I'm going to finish this chicken, take a shower, and get ready to head out and do more. So may the crystal be with you.